We'll start with the writing crop.
Have you been pacing the floors of Baker Street in your mind, eagerly awaiting any scrap of news about a detective movie or series? The game is once again afoot, and this time, it's shrouded in more secrecy and intrigue than ever before. Yes, you've guessed it, we're diving deep into the enigmatic world of Sherlock Season 5. Fans loved Sherlock on the BBC, and although there have been many speculations and reports about a fifth season of the show for years, nothing has come to pass. Sherlock Holmes, one of the most well-known literary characters, was created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. His popularity has led to the adaptation of both the character and some of his most famous cases into a wide range of media. The BBC adaptation of Stephen Moffat and Mark Gatiss' Sherlock introduced the great detective Sherlock Holmes and his companion John Watson to a contemporary London setting. Can you recall that time when Sherlock Holmes put you into a state of extreme curiosity? Well, we all have been blocking our breath just to see what he is going to do next. Sherlock received accolades for both its narratives and the acting of its principal cast members, particularly Benedict Cumberbatch's portrayal of Sherlock. The program ran for 4 seasons, 1 mini-episode, and 1 special episode between 2010 and 2017. The first 2 seasons had positive reviews from both critics and viewers, but the latter 2 seasons didn't fare as well, and the 4th season drew harsh criticism. Nevertheless, there have been long-running speculations regarding a 5th season of Sherlock, with Gatiss and Moffat occasionally offering fans optimism. That being said, the plot of Sherlock Season 5 is still unknown. Even though there hasn't been any new information about Sherlock Season 5 in a while, Mark Gatiss' most recent TV special may or may not have positive effects on the show's future. Gatiss' rendition of the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle story, Lot Number 249, which debuted in December 2023, was a clever intro to the traditional Sherlock Holmes mythos, but it had nothing to do with Sherlock. The youthful future detective was presented at the special's finale, which may have set the stage for another Sherlock Holmes TV series that takes place in Conan Doyle's original era. You may see it as good or bad for Sherlock, since it might eliminate the need for a 5th season, or it might spark interest in the eagerly anticipated new season. The covert prequel could help revive viewers who may have forgotten about the modernized Sherlock in the years since the show ended in 2017, even though many fans will always remember the series. As of 2017, there hasn't been any significant progress on Sherlock Season 5, but as Sherlock Holmes is part of the public domain, there will always be new Sherlock Holmes adaptations. How often have you wondered about Sherlock's subtleness? How many viewers are here who have longed for that ability? Do let us know in the comments. Since Sherlock Holmes is one of the most affordable IPs to build television materials on, and since Doyle's works are in the public domain, that is the only true reason why the BBC is continuing to produce Sherlock Season 5. When Sherlock Season 4 ended in 2017, the first issue preventing the show from moving further was Cumberbatch and Freeman's schedules. Freeman and Cumberbatch's careers took off during Sherlock, and since they are also involved in other big projects alongside the MCU, it makes sense that it has been challenging to come up with a timeline for Sherlock Season 5 that works for everyone. At various points in time, Gatiss, Cumberbatch, and Freeman have all indicated interest in Sherlock Season 5, although they have also expressed doubt about it truly happening. While reassuring the public that he was still open to bringing Sherlock back, Moffat pointed out that, ultimately, everything hinges on Cumberbatch and Freeman's schedules. Can a movie be pulled off just because of the schedule of actors, especially when the older parts are so successful? Even though all the loose ends were resolved and Watson and Holmes' friendship was irreversibly sealed, Season 5 of Sherlock could still present the dynamic pair with a number of intriguing contemporary puzzles. The tale was compelling because there were life or death stakes, but mysteries don't always need stakes, as a million charming British mystery shows demonstrate. Conversely, Sherlock Season 5 might disregard the conclusion of Season 4 and disregard continuity altogether. First and foremost, co-creator of Sherlock, Stephen Moffat, has stated quite frankly that he would begin writing today if both Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman desire to reprise their respective roles. Moffat stated that he would start work on Season 5 if the 2 lead characters could return to the roles despite their busy schedules in an interview with BBC Today in January 2023. The rest of the Sherlock team has been left behind, Moffat said, because the 2 actors have moved on to get bigger and better things. Sadly, they left us behind crying and moved on to greater and better things, he uttered. But Martin, Benedict, will you kindly return? In any case, Moffat wouldn't object to working on a second season with the two of them should they decide to come back. However, we also need to talk about an intriguing piece of important news that came out years ago regarding Sherlock Season 5. Stephen Moffat claimed in 2014 that Season 5 and 4 were planned concurrently. He disclosed, according to The Independent, that he and the other creator, Mark Gatiss, had collaborated on the show's Seasons 4 and 5. We can see that this was during a BAFTA screening for the Season 3 finale, His Last Vow. Moffat continued, "Excitingly, Mark and I suddenly began making plans for the future without any apparent cause. We plotted out the entirety of Series 4 and 5. I believe that day's ideas were the best ones we had ever had," he continued. "We have plans, but they don't usually include blowing up the planet or casting the most well-known person ever. Instead, they usually involve thinking of interesting new twists and turns to take this to. And I think we've got some very good ones. The 5th season hasn't even been revealed, so learning about this is significant. What's even more shocking is that they originally intended to do both seasons but only chose to produce Season 4. The lead actor of the program claims that he might return, even if Season 5 of Sherlock is still up in the air." In a November 2021 interview with Esquire, Benedict Cumberbatch, who won a Primetime Emmy for playing Sherlock Holmes, stated that he would never say never to doing a 5th season of Sherlock. He needs to be back under the following conditions. Benedict said, "I still say never. Oh well, I think that character is pretty cool." Benedict continued, "Simply put, the conditions must be met, and it might be too soon to give it another chance. As amazing as it is, I believe its time has come. However, that does not exclude it from undergoing further iterations in the future. Imagine you were in place of Benedict. You were on top of your fame due to the Sherlock Holmes movie series. Now the writer is planning for the next movie, and he wants to know whether you will be available. What will be your response? Will you look the other way towards what made you famous? Do share your thoughts in the comments." Benedict Cumberbatch has had a very full schedule since the 4th season of Sherlock concluded in 2017. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Cumberbatch has not only portrayed Doctor Strange, most recently as a sorcerer in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but he has also starred in a ton of other fantastic films. And there you have it, fellow detectives and Sherlock enthusiasts, every riveting detail we've managed to deduce about the eagerly anticipated Season 5 of Sherlock. But remember, the game is never really over. As we inch closer to the release, more secrets will undoubtedly unravel, and you can count on us to be right here, piecing together every clue and sharing the latest updates with you. So, if you're passionate about cracking the case as we are, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And before you don your deerstalker and vanish into the night, take a moment to hit like and share this video with your fellow detectives. Your support helps us dig deeper and bring more of the content you love. Until our paths cross again in the foggy streets of London, keep your magnifying glass at hand and your mind sharper than ever.